think music has a meaning?
Okay. Microphone check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Microphone check. Okay. Alrighty. About to get started in a few minutes here. I would have started sooner, but daggone technical difficulties. You practice for 2 days so that you don't have technical difficulties, and the night of, technical difficulties. But we'll get better at this as time goes on. So I am not at all worried. Can I create a post? Can I create a post? Yes, I can. Okay, that'll do it. So I can close out Chrome and free up some memory because, man, my computer is making some noise. You guys can't hear it. You can't hear it. I actually worked on setting that up so that, we can deliver a very cool, smooth, and comfortable, relaxing experience for you guys. Okay. Welcome to the Coding Fanatic YouTube channel. I'm your host Richard, and here at Coding Fanatic, I help new Android developers grow quickly. Focusing on projects, learning new skills, and learning the best ways to work with others, these are the pillars that I focused on to grow as an Android developer, and I take my lessons and pass them on to you. If that sounds like content that you are interested in, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the mailing list at codingfanatic.com. In this live stream, I wanted to build or work on a small app from my backlog. I've been studying Android development for the last few years, and I only have about 7 apps on the App Store, and it's not enough. So I wanted to take the opportunity to do some live streams where I build out apps and talk to you guys while I do it. So let's get started. Okay, so I pretty much have an 8-step process for building apps. First, you come up with an idea. 2 is the workflow. 3, you do a mock-up so you can see what it looks like. 4 is to know any UI elements that you'll need, like buttons or text, things like that. 5, you check for the palettes inside of Android Studio to make sure you know how to get to them. 6, research any of the unknown palettes or UI elements that you don't see in Android Studio. 7, you recreate the mockup that you made by building it in your UI. Just make it simple, doesn't have to be functional yet. And number 8, that's when you make your UI functional. So that is, pardon me, the name of the game tonight. So let's get started here. So I'm gonna pull up my Trello board here. Let me just make sure that, do one last little sound check to make sure everything's good. Make sure everything is all right. The sound is good. All right, so the first thing we're doing, I already came up with an idea earlier. We're gonna build an app, or I'm gonna work on an app where it displays inspirational quotes. It's very simple, very basic. It's not gonna be very fancy at first, but the goal is to get it there. So let's just do one last check here. Bit rate. Okay, thank you, YouTube. Okay, so we already have the idea. The workflow will be simple. You pretty much open the app and you see the quote. That's it. All right, so now we're gonna build a mock-up. Now, most people use Figma, but I'm gonna show you guys just how easy this thing is. You don't need anything super fancy. I also don't really have the RAM to spare, so we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. All right, so let's make the background. Make it black. Okay, and oh, let me get my headphones plugged in. You guys can hear all the music. I don't hear anything. Probably because I don't have my headphones plugged in. So let me get that set up real quick, and I'll be right back with you. I lowered the levels a little bit so that I can hear the music, and hopefully this is not too loud for you guys. Maybe I'll turn down just a little bit more. Man, shout out to Kotlin Live, the video editing software. That's how I learned a little bit about managing audio levels. I'm no audio engineer, but uh, hey, I'm not blowing anybody's eardrums out, at least not tonight. Okay, so we're building our mock-up of the app. So I'm gonna go with a white rectangle shape. Here I am in Microsoft Paint. I'm pretty much just drawing out what I'm going to make, how I want the app to look. All right, so we have. Forgot to turn that down. Okay. White. All right, so we're gonna build a rectangle right here. Color 2. Oh, fill. Make it a solid color. So we're gonna have this white rectangle. This will pretty much be our app. Let's see. We can do a line right here. Make it a straight line. And make the line black. There we go. Okay, use the fill tool here. Alright, so let's say like this area up here, it's an exaggeration, but okay, well, we can move it up like there. Let's say this is the app bar up here. So we're gonna use the bucket tool, make it this kind of green color to fill. Nope. Fill this in, and then we're gonna make some text, make it white, and say something like daily inspiration. Okay, make the text black or white. White's good. And bring this down to about 22. Okay, resize this box. Alright, that's good. So like daily inspiration, we'll say it up here in the app bar when they open the app. Then we'll put some text right here. Make this one black. What's a good one? I just got one from a buddy of mine. You are the master of your judgments, your decisions, and your actions. Whoops. Master of your judgments, your decisions, and your actions. Okay, we'll put a period at the end. Punctuation and whatnot. Alright, I'm gonna move this around. Okay. So this is what the app is going to look like. 1 second here. Okay, give me 1 second here to change the save location. I can move this down here. Yeah, there we go. Brain fart. I completely forgot what I was doing. All right, so we're saving this to bootleg mockups in MS Paint. Inspirational quotes. What I call it? Daily inspiration. There you go. Daily inspiration. Save. Coolio. Alright. So this is what our app is going to look like. The users will open it and they'll see, or they'll open it, it'll have this quote displayed. Alright, so we've gotten the idea, the workflow, the mockup, UI elements. What do we have here? We have, oh, now I'll save a different one now. We'll call this one UI elements. Cool beans. All right, so what do we have? We have the app bar right here. Oh, that doesn't work. Isn't there a way to like draw stuff or whatever? Can't you make like a transparent circle? That's a thing. No fill. There it is. Outline. Red. Nope. There is an outline. You didn't make an outline! Damn it, man! Alright, so we have the app bar up here of our app. Wow. I can zoom this in too. We have the app bar up here. This is what you'll see at the top of the application. And then we have a text view. Okay. So let's draw solid color. So the app bar will display the name of the app, Daily Inspiration. Okay. And there will be a text view for the quotes. This will display our intro, our basic quote for now. Oh, I can move this. There we go. Okay, so we came up with our idea. We have the workflow. This is our mockup, and we have the UI elements that we need. Now, in Android Studio, I don't even have to look. I already know that there's a text view palette available. So we can skip step 5, or skip step 6 because we don't need to research anything. Now we're gonna recreate this mockup in Android Studio. So I'm gonna take a little while and open that up. That's gonna take, boy, who knows how long. But we will prevail. So let's move this guy over here. See how we're doing on RAM. What? We're only using 4.6 gigs out of 7.9. All right, cool. We got plenty. There's plenty of room left. We haven't crashed this computer yet. Not yet, we haven't. All right. For those of you who are new, I kind of have this. There's a running joke about how because my laptop is running Windows 10 and it only has 8 gigs of RAM. So at some point, because I'm running OBS, I have Firefox open so I can monitor the stream, and I'm gonna open up Android Studio. I have this running joke that it's gonna like crash the computer at some point. So we haven't crashed it yet, but let's see if we can get it there. Especially running Android Studio. If you're not a software developer or you don't have much Android development experience, then you might not be too familiar with Android Studio. It's an IDE that lets you build Android apps, and it is very, very memory intensive, especially when you have not just Android Studio, having Android Studio open and then having your virtual device like a virtual phone open, man, your shit is gonna your computer's is not gonna be happy. That fan is gonna turn up to 11. So You know, we're close. The fan is, let me see if I can hear it. The fan is it's moderately loud, not as loud as it can get, but it's up there. All right, so we got Android Studio open. Just gonna make a new project. I wonder if I can move this window. All right, let's do empty activity. Next. What are we calling this one again? Daily inspiration. Utilities, daily inspiration. I'll lose the projects. Alright. I don't even have a projects folder? Well, that's okay. We do now. And we're gonna call this one call the folder projects. And then under projects, we will save our application. I need a new folder, hang on. What's the song called again? Cheesecake Land. This is right now I'm listening to Ethereal Universe Volume 9. They're an electronic band they've been on, man, these guys have been on YouTube since like I was in high school. It was a long time ago. And they're pretty damn good. I think they've got like at least 15 albums out now. I'll link to their Bandcamp in the description. Alright, let's make a new folder. Daily inspiration. Okay, we're in business. Just gonna wait for all these project files to set up. Let's see if, all right, good. So I've got Android Studio in power save mode because, you know, we don't want to break the computer just yet. We don't want to run out the RAM just yet. So yeah, if you go to file, power save mode, it turns off like autocomplete and some other features so that your computer can save memory. It's very convenient like that. So while we wait for the project files to set up, thanks tip of the day, Android Studio allows you to easily call a Java code from Kotlin. File Java obj equals JAE. Okay, coolio. Let me close this. And it looks like everything is, nope, Gradle is still building. All right. So while that's going, I'm gonna test the sound of the to definitely do the trick. Okay. Oh shoot. No feedback. No feedback. Hope we don't get any. I wasn't even saying anything. All right, so the looks like the Grado build is done. Yes, it is finished. Took about 2 minutes. All right, so here we are. Here's our file, our project. All right, so all we're gonna do now is recreate the mockup that we made. This, we're gonna make that in here, and then we're gonna start up our virtual device so we can see it. I'm tempted to do it now, but I don't know, I'm a little nervous about how that might affect the stream quality. What's going on, OBS? These two. What is going on with this internet, man? Alright, well, I don't know what's happening with the internet, but something's going on with the stream. I'm going to continue working anyway, and I just hope that the quality is not affected by whatever weird thing is affecting it. If anything, YouTube says I'm good. OBS doesn't, but YouTube says I'm fine, and I trust in the heart of Google. So let's do it. Alright, so we're gonna go to activity main. Open up the design view. I might have to close the project view. Alright, hello world. So this is a text view that says hello world. And if we go to, let's just go to code. See, Android text equals hello world. So what we're going to do, if you change this text here in your Android main XML file, whatever you change this to, that's what you're going to see in the design view, or that's what your app is going to display. So what we're going to do, we're going to be fancy. We're going to change this to say you are the master of your judgments, your decisions, and your actions. Alright, now when we go back to the design view, we should see it displayed exactly the same. You're the master of your judgments, your decisions, and your actions. Alright, well, we don't want it to touch the sides of the screen, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a little... We're going to constrain it to the sides, but we're going to resize this thing just a little bit. Let me see if there's a way to hit the layout width. Wrap content. Match constraint. There we go. Layout height. The height can wrap content, but not the width. Alright, for the width now, we're going to... So what I'm doing here is I'm just attempting to resize this thing so that it displays properly, but it looks like that's not gonna happen today. So we're gonna change the width to say 200 density pixels. Is there a left constraint? It's sticking to the left side for some reason. I have no idea why. Left of parent, right of parent. There we go. That's what I was looking for, some kind of margin. Oh, and it disappeared. Let's look at the code. Constraint left to left of parent. We can get rid of this and get rid of constraint right. Whoops. Okay, so now we've gotten rid of any horizontal constraints. So it's free to be whoever it wants to be. You can't tell me what to do. We're going to be as free as we want. Yeah, there it is. Yay! All right. So we've got this. Let's assume this is the center of the screen here. All right, we can add the constraints now. And now it is horizontally constrained. Nice. Okay. Let's make the text black. Why don't we? To match our mockup. So here it's gonna be like this default kind of grayish color. So we're gonna go back to the code view. And let's see. Android. What's the color? Do not remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if that works. Let's go back to design and I don't know. That doesn't look. Does that look black to y'all? It looks kind of gray to me. It doesn't look any different. Let's turn off power save mode and see if we can get a recommendation here on how to set this thing up. Okay, we got the string. Oh, it worked. There you go. So the neat thing about Android Studio, anytime you reference a color on in any lines of code, in the sidebar next to the line number, you'll see that color reference. So like right here, if you can see it, there's a little black square. So you know that the hex value I added for the color black is there. If I were to change this to say red, green, blue. So if I were to say full, it'll be red, and you'll see the little red square pop up here instead. Right? And if we go back to design, disobedient to the day's end, I see. Well, this isn't the final version, so I'm not worried about it. But it looks like the design view doesn't actually show you the colors that you use outright. There's only one way to see that, and that is to open it up in your Android virtual device. So we're gonna risk it, y'all. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna open up our virtual device and see if we can finally destroy the RAM of this computer. Where are we at now? Okay, we're using 6.6 gigs. All right, so we've got 1.3 to spare. To be safe, I will turn off this power save mode. Do not show again. All right, and we're gonna hit play to open up, or this button right here that says run app, and that's pretty much gonna open the Android virtual device. But you know what? I wonder if this is even a good idea. I mean, I don't even need Android Studio to edit this file, because as long as the file is edited, you just need an IDE that will allow you to run the app on a virtual device. So in terms of memory, let me see how much this thing is using right now. Yeah, Android Studio, I'll show you. You can see for yourself. A whopping 1.4 gigabytes. I haven't even done anything. Like, look at what we've done so far. I literally opened up the design view, added the quote, set constraints, and then in the code, I changed the color of one thing. And we've got power save mode on. So where is this 1.4, man? Move from in front. Get this thing from off here, man. All right, so we're gonna do something, but no, for the new people out there, I'm gonna stick with Android Studio. We're gonna stick it out. I'd rather switch to another IDE, but it's okay. Tonight we will use Android Studio. So we're gonna hit the Run App button, and it's gonna bring up my virtual device, and then we will see the a virtual phone appear that we can use for testing. So hit Run App. Now we wait for this thing to pop up. So yeah.
Do you think music has a meaning?
Let me move this guy back over here. I'm gonna keep an eye on you, Task Manager, because I need to be ready to close out Android Studio if it starts being too rude. All right. We're waiting for it to open. Let's just make this a little smaller. Yep, you can see it starting to lag a little bit. Ruh-roh. There we go. All right, and we'll just move this guy over some. I don't know why the phone ran over to the other screen. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, so now we're waiting for the Gradle build to run. I guess I'll go over my app journey a little bit for those of you who are new or don't really know. So I started Coding Fanatic because I wanted to document my journey to becoming an Android developer. And over the last few years, I've looked into different skills and tools for learning ways to build Android apps. I don't have, like I said earlier, I don't have very many on the App Store. I spent a lot of time in like the planning stages, but now I'm ready for the action stage. I'm ready to actually start building things out. You know, I've only got a handful of apps out there. I've got a lot of little baby projects that I started just for like practice, but I figure it's better to see it through to the end and just keep doing that. So my goal now is to that's the direction I want to take the channel in, just making more apps and showing you guys how I do it along the way. You know, I still got a lot to learn. Even after these last few years, like, I got a long way to go. We all do. But, you know, I'm willing to put in the work and let you guys see what it looks like along the way. It will not always be glamorous. I mean, sometimes, hey, man, if you think this is bad, what are we looking at now? 7.2. All right, we've got 7.2. So 0.7. We got 700 megabytes of RAM left. Oh, man, it's going to be close. That was cartoonishly loud. But you know, if you think this is bad, for you newbies who don't know, I didn't even have a laptop I didn't have this laptop for Android development when I first started. My old laptop, man, it's got too many things on top of it. But yeah, if I didn't have those things, I'll show it to you. But you know what? I'll do it. What the heck? I'll show you guys. You deserve to see it. My flash drives here. Show you this little fossil of mine. A legendary artifact, if you will. If you know, then you know. We've got the emulator starting up. This is good. This is very good. Be better if I could not crash my computer while I do it, but you know, I'm willing to take that chance. I'm willing to take that risk if it'll help me, help you, help me, help you. What? I thought I opened a CD. Okay. Feast your eyes upon this, ladies and germs. Damn, I forgot how heavy laptops used to be. This right here is my Toshiba Satellite C655. I mean, look at the look at the size of this thing. Hang on. I want you guys to really see the effect here. I'm gonna make a new scene just so you guys can see. Oh, you guys, okay, you can't hear me. All right. Display capture. Hang on, hang on. No, not display capture. Where is the video capture device? Add existing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why can't you see me though? Okay, there we go. Look at the size of this thing, man. Do you see? Do you see how big? I mean, it's a. Was this a 13-inch? I think it was. Let me compare it to my laptop. Oh God, it's so heavy. Oh, yep, it's like 15, 14 or 15 inches. The screen. This bad boy. I had this. My mother got me this laptop a couple years after I started college. So I've had this for about 10 years now. This computer sports a handy dandy DVD drive that you can see right here. They don't make those anymore. For you young kids, it's a CD that lets you watch movies. Look at stuff on a CD. It's a little disc. A little disc kind of looks like this. I can show you one. Not a DVD, but I got a CD right here. Kind of looks like this. Okay, you put it inside of a machine and it shows you movies. It lets you listen to music, all types of stuff. It's pretty cool. This lovely legendary artifact I have in my hands has a DVD drive. Let me see if I can show you guys the display on this thing just so you can see. Whoa. It's got some it's gone through some wars here, so I got to be careful with the way I open it. I forgot about that. Oh man, wow, look how big this thing is, man. Holy cow. Look at the size of this bad boy. It's bigger than my head. It's bigger. This computer is bigger than my head. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Damn, I didn't realize how big this was. Phrasing. But yes. This laptop of mine, I've since retired it. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's half of what this computer has. That's like as much as this phone that I'm using to monitor the live stream. 4 gigabytes of RAM. I think it had a 250 gigabyte hard drive. Yeah. And the processor was like 2 point something gigahertz. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, this bad boy, I mean, it lasted me. I still use it for ripping. I use it for ripping music because of the CD drive. But this bad boy lasted me a long ass time. Okay, so shout out to my mom for that. This is my very first laptop I ever owned. Oh my goodness. But when I started my Android development journey a few years ago, I needed something that could run Android Studio, which, as you saw earlier, it takes up a lot of RAM, and a 4 gigabyte RAM laptop is just not going to cut it. So what did I do? Did I buy a new laptop? Yeah, sure I did. I bought a new laptop, and now I have something that works, and that's it. The end. Story over. No, I did not buy a new laptop. You see, at the time when I got into Android development, your boy was struggling a little bit. I was working, I was doing, some IT work for friends and family members at the time. So like, people had computers that they need. I mean, this is before I evolved my business, but I worked on computers of people I knew, and was just trying to make a way and pay my way through school. I couldn't afford a brand new laptop just outright. I had to pay for my braces. I had to pay for my car note. I had debt that I was paying down from when I was in school, and it was a lot of stuff. And then I was starting a new school and trying to pay for those classes too. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. So I'll tell you what I did. I created a development server using an old computer that I had. Got a access point, hooked it up to my router or to my cable modem, and I installed a trial copy of Windows 7, installed Android Studio, and I got an extra 2 GB stick of RAM for that server. So it had 4 gigs. I added 2, so I had 6. And with that, I was able to remote into. Oh, then I even had to set up remote desktop protocol and open a port on my open a port on the router so that I could remote into the development server and build my Android apps that way. It was the only way I can run Android Studio. It's too hungry. It needs too much RAM. I didn't have that on my laptop. So I did all the IT technical everything I could and built a development server. Now I did eventually get my hands on a new laptop from an old friend of mine, but she gave it to me because she wanted to throw it away, but she was not comfortable just putting it in the trash or recycling it, so she gave it to me. I wiped it, installed Windows 8, and I found that this laptop only had like 1.8 gigahertz processor, so it only had 4 gigs of RAM. Again, it was like the curse. That was how they made. Hey man, it was like that back in the day, man. In the Windows 7, Windows 8.1 days, or Windows 8 before 8.1, Windows 8 days, laptops only came with 4 gigs of RAM. That's just, hey man, that's how they did it back then. All right, so I again didn't have a way to build Android apps on that laptop either. So with the advent of my development server, I was able to remote into the server and build out my apps, run Android Studio and build apps that way. Now I couldn't test them locally because I was remoting into a server, and also I didn't have a what do you call it? I didn't even have a virtual device set up on that server. So my way of testing was I would build the app in Android Studio. Then when I got home, or if I was at home, I would plug in a test phone and then test the app that way. Damn, this thing's taking forever to start up. Oh my gosh, I might just restart this whole thing, man. But yeah, that was how I did it. So build the app, build out the software, and then when I was in front of the server, plug in the phone to test it. A little bootleg, but it worked. It got the job done. And that was how I did it for about, I'd say, a year or two. Then once I got into some money, then I got my current laptop. But unbeknownst to me, Windows 10 is an even hungrier operating system. I thought I was straight. Like, oh, 8 gigs of RAM? That should be more than enough. Who needs 16? And if I get 8, I can always expand to 16 later. So I thought. So I wasn't worried. I thought, okay, 8 gigabytes of RAM, I should be fine. Well, Windows 10 it idles at like 3, so I wasn't really getting that much of a boost. I mean, if you do the math on it, you went from an OS that used like maybe 2 gigs of RAM to, or like 1.5, 1.5, no, Windows 7 used like 2. You went from an OS that used 2 gigs of RAM to an OS that used like 3 gigs of RAM. So even though you're getting 4 more, you still need 1. So you're really only getting 3 more gigs of RAM on top of what you had before. So it wasn't the best deal. But hey, here I am now. I've got this laptop. This is what I'm working with. And until I upgrade and get something with more RAM, then this is how it's going to be. Man, this thing is taking forever to start. Oh my gosh. Man, I might just say to heck with it and try this another time. Because it is taking forever. Jeez Louise. I mean, I know my computer is slow, but what is the hold up here? You know what? Let me try something. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So since it's taking so long, it must not want to run. So we're going to close out Android Studio. And we're going to close out the emulator. Excuse me. Alright. What are we looking at now? 6.2 gigs. What is using so much memory? Yeah, Firefox, man. And you know what the funny thing is with Firefox, all I'm doing is, oh, I've got some Java stuff running. Yeah, we can close those out for sure. These must be the remnants of when I was working on another app earlier today. That might be why we're having some issues, some technical difficulties. Okay, I think that should probably be it. Man, I wish Firefox used less RAM though. Alright, we're looking at 5.7 now. That's better than it was, so I guess I'll just kind of have to deal with that. Hello, hello, hello. Alright. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to reopen Android Studio. Jeez Louise, this thing's taking forever. In the meantime, you know what? I'm not going to let this go to waste. I'm going to come up with a few more quotes that I can use. God's green. What's happening here? What on earth? What is happening? I know I said we would run out the RAM on this thing, but damn, I'm not even doing anything. I mean, at least if I crashed it because I opened something, that'd be better. I haven't even opened anything. Alright, Android Studio is opening up. And I just realized you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Wow, I was on the wrong... I had the wrong scene open. Alright, so this scene is when I want to show you my face. This scene is when I want to show you my computer. Roger that. Well, look who it is. It's Android Studio finally opening up. Taking its sweet old time to load this project up. Android Studio, more like Android booty hole. This IDE gets on my nerves. I try to run these apps and I can't even get them to start because they make my computer run like a fart, a wet fart, running and dripping, driving like an old man sipping on the road behind the wheel and he's slipping, falling, and getting up. This RAM usage is getting up. Oh my gosh. Why is it so slow? I should have left this computer in the road. I want to run it over, but it's not it's Microsoft because they suck with their big memory requirements for their stupid software. Maybe I should hit cancel and try this again because it's taking too long. So I'll just hit cancel and try this again. Where'd it go? This is a disaster. But you know it's better than the first live stream I ever did. So I'll take it. Just go into this thing and close it out again. Okay. What are we looking at? 4.7. Alright, good. So now we're kind of like where we started. 4.7 gigs of RAM. Should be fine. Reopen Android Studio one more time. I'm probably gonna jet out soon because this thing is taking forever. Excuse me. Holy cow, it actually opened. Yeah, poor OBS over there just struggling, man. Alright, I hate cancel. There it is. Virtual devices. Alright. Let's open it up. You know what? I think I probably should have started the virtual device before I got started on anything else. But man, it uses so much memory. I didn't want it to affect the quality of the stream. A little late for that now though, I'm sure. there seems to be something going on here. ADB binary found at whatever is obsolete, has a serious. Alright, yeah, I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up because it looks like I just cannot get this virtual device to run, man. It's just it's giving me too many issues. Alright, well, as you can, you guys get the idea here. You build up you figure out what you want your app to do. You know what, we're gonna close all this down then. Since nothing wants to work, fine. Close Android Studio. Close out this thing right here. Alright, so due to unforeseen technical difficulties, the demo version of tonight's live stream is postponed until the next one. But let's go over what we did. Step 1, we came up with an idea. Inspiration, daily inspiration, an app that shows inspirational quotes. Step 2, what's the workflow going to be? You open the app, it shows you the quote. Easy. Step 3, we did the mock-up. You can see right here, we have our daily inspiration right here. Here's the app bar, the name of the app. Here's the quote. It's simple. Step 4, you note the UI elements. So the first will be the app bar, which is up here. The second is the text view, which is in the middle. The app bar will display the name of the app. The text view will display our basic quote. You are the master of your judgments, your decisions, and your actions. Step 5, check for palettes in Android Studio. I know that Android Studio already has text views. We saw it ourselves when we opened Android Studio that had a text view, the base one that said hello world, and all we did was update it to show our quote. Step 6 is the research unknown bits, but again, we can skip that because there was nothing to look into. 7, we recreate our mockup in activity main, which we did, but we didn't get to see it because, you know, Android Studio is having some issues. So, you know, next time we'll go into that and move on from there. And then the final step is to program the UI elements in the main activity Kotlin file. And I really wanted to do that. That I really did. But this part is really important. I think that part of the reason why I never followed through with these little apps that I've made over time is because I never did this part. I never actually sat down and planned out what I wanted to look like or the workflow. I would just go in and, you know, tick, 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 and change things up. If I want to show a list view, show some information. Okay, I'm done now. If I want to show a timer, create a timer, add it in, and that's it. But I didn't have any, like, there was no foundation. So now that we have one, we know what to do. We know where to go from here. So in the next live stream, I'll just pick up where I left off, and yeah, we're gonna get this thing done. Now I'm going to live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. for an hour until we get this thing done. Next week I won't have the same technical difficulties setting up because I already have I've figured out how to do this hardware thing, so we're good on that. And as for the stream itself, man, I just hope the Android Studio holds up. It probably won't, but if it doesn't, then hey, you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna break this thing. That's a promise from me. We're gonna run this RAM out. We're gonna run it down. I promise you that. I didn't realize this was hanging like this the whole time. Anyway, I'm your host, Richard Clark, signing out. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like content like this, then like, subscribe, turn on notifications, join the mailing list at codingfanatic.com, and then you don't have to even interface with YouTube. You'll be the first to know when new content like this is made available. If you like this, you know, let me know. If you didn't, leave me a comment below. Give me some feedback on ways I can improve. But yeah, for now, I didn't even save it. Whoops. See, I almost lost our mock up there. That would have been something scurry. But yeah, I think that this went pretty well for the first. It's better than the last live stream I did. I still have it on the channel if you want to go and watch it. If you can bear with it. But this went pretty well. You know, I'm confident that moving forward things are gonna be a lot better. But yeah, I'm your host Richard, signing out. Thank you all for tuning in. You can follow me on social media using the links below. I'll put a link to this album and their Bandcamp in the description too. You guys can check them out. They're pretty good. They do all types of music: jazz, hip hop, electronic, drum and bass, trance, everything. They touch everywhere that the sun touches. Every genre that the sun touches, they mingle in it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm your host Richard, signing out, and I will see you all in the next one. Enjoy this track, Welcome to Relaxation, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.